If yes, can you give me a high five? Okay, so now let's coming back to this part here. Okay, so we actually, before the break, we are actually discussing about this one. Okay, this is the one. Remember the disclosure item here missing? And one more thing is this one, balance sheet item, the sequence here also not the right one. Okay, so this sequence, we will call it as presentation order. Okay, the sequence, we will call it as presentation order. So now what I'm going to do here is, we will refer back to your step-by-step. Okay, this one we have done. This is the regroup fixed asset schedule, and you can see this one here. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, this one I will skip for a while at this moment, because right, we know that the account sequence that show in the financial statement is wrong already. Okay, so we need to make the changes first. Then we only can do this renumber NTA. Renumber NTA is the one that you will need to fill up this number. Okay, this is the notes number that you are going to show here. So we will fill up at this software here, renumber NTA. Okay, the next one is this one. This one I will skip for a while at this moment. Now here, this now we have done it. Generate all the spreadsheet, and here account grouping. Okay, so if you can find, you may find out. Okay, you may find out a common error or mistake. Okay. Sometimes account grouping wrong. Sometimes it's the incomplete of the disclosure item that I show you just now at the breakdown sheet. Okay, and also we also will show you this presentation order. Okay, that means these are the three things that we need to take notes. Okay, so now let's move on to this one here. Okay, I will show you this one. How are we going to add the new disclosure item? Remember that the impairment loss on trade receivable is the one that we type in. We type into the general group. That means that one is a new item that we add on. So if that one is a new item that you add on, system will not know whether this new item is it disclosure item or not. Are you okay? So now, since we know that this is a disclosure item, we would like to add. So we need to come to this one, audit kits and tuning center. Okay, so this is the main place for you to do setting. So I will come back to the software, then I will click this close. Okay, I will click cross. I will need to come back to this main interface, and you can see this one, audit kits and tuning center. Okay, audit kits and tuning center here, you will see these are all the settings that is available in the software. Like account grouping, if you found out that your account grouping wrong already, then you have to come here to adjust it. This place, okay, you can click and enter into it. This is how it looks like. Okay, so from here it's the same, like you double click the nature column. Okay, usually I will use that because I no need to close everything and then I come back outside here to click on it. Okay, as long as in the software I saw the nature column, I just double click. So this is how we change the account grouping. So the next one is this one, disclosure item. Okay, I have a new item called impairment loss on trade receivable. That one I will need to add in. So this one I will click into it. From here you will see this one, PPE, property, plant and equipment. So when you enter into this, you will always see property, plant and equipment. Why? Because the interface here is always presenting according to the account nature. And the account nature, the first item will be what? The fixed asset. That's why usually when you enter into this interface, you only see PPE, because the first item is fixed asset. So now you have to ask yourself is the item that you would like to add as disclosure of financial statement is what nature. So impairment loss on trade receivable is an expenses, so I will go to this one, expenses. Then you can see from here, some of the item here is already pre-ticked. That means we already identify some of the item as disclosure item. Okay, so only the one that we did not take is the one that we just add on. This is the one of impairment loss on trade receivable. So if you want to add on, you must click at this remove read only, because now it is in read mode, read only mode. So now there is no password. I will click OK. This is the one. So I will check this box, check this. So you can see impairment loss on trade receivable is ticked. So I have tell the system this is the disclosure item. So whenever they have a balance, they will show in the list. Unless 2 years no balance, then they won't show in the list. Okay? So this is how we add on. So have you done this up to here? If yes, give me a high five. Okay, good. So now when I done this, I will click close. So again, when I finish one setting, you will see the transitional spreadsheet here, nothing is being changed. Okay, because when you have finished this, you are required to regenerate the transitional spreadsheet. Okay, you are required to regenerate the spreadsheet. So since I have one more thing need to change, so I don't regenerate first. Okay, I don't regenerate first. I do this. I amend the presentation order first, then I only regenerate again. So at the same place, you see, audit kits and tooling center. So at the same place, we will move on to a presentation order. Okay, so when you come to this one, presentation order, again, you will see PPE. Again, this one is display according to this one here, account nature. So you ask yourself the account sequence where it is wrong is under which nature? CA, right? So I will go to current asset. So when I go to current asset, you can see this one. Okay, from here you will know that all the sequence here, all the account sequence here is governed by numbering. The numbering here is used to compare. Baker's number will list at the bottom of the list. The smaller number will list at top of the list. Are you okay? That's why you can see other receivable deposit and prepayment, I put 33. This one I purposely make it wrong one. But in your real case, you can't purposely make it wrong, right? So in your real case, usually when you have new item add on, in where? In the general grouping, like impairment loss on trade receivable. So if you have new item added in the general grouping, the system will always generate 1111 as the sequence number. So if let's say your accounts, that new account that you added is expenses, then no issue. Why? Because you know that expenses is arranged according to alphabetical order. But when you go to balance sheet, we actually don't what? We don't arrange according to alphabetical order. We arrange according to liquidityness. So in this case, what we are going to do here is define a new number for them where you want them to disclose under disclose. Okay, so you see, let's say this one, let's say assuming this is number 1, let's say this is the new item. So you can see other receivable, deposit and prepayment, I want to show after the trade receivable, before the amount due from director. So if you want to disclose in between these two lines, so your number should be in between this 4 and 6. 4 and 6. And it is not number 1 or 3.3. So I will need to put my cursor at the item that I want to change. Then here, before that, you need to enable order edit first. No password, I will click OK. Then here, you have to decide what number you would like to change to from 3.3. Let's say I put number 5. Okay, you can put any number as long as it's greater than 4, lesser than 6. Okay, then I enter. You will see this is the sequence. Okay, so this is how we amend the account nature. So far, are you okay up to here? If you can understand, give me a high five. Okay, please take note. We will always try not to assign to the same number. To the same number like 4 or like 6. Okay, why? If you assign to the same number, system will arrange according to alphabetical order, because there is no big and small already. In this case, there is no big and small, then the system will arrange according to alphabetical. That's why if you move on your cursor to the nature account, to the expenses, you will see expenses is all number 1. Okay, why? Because you know that expenses is always arranged according to alphabetical order. Okay, so please take note on this part. And one more thing is, usually I will not assign the number exactly the next number. For example, 40001. I don't do that. I will try to leave some gap in between. Let's say like this one 5. So I have 4001 up to 4.999. I can arrange at least 999 items in between. Okay? So this is how we utilize this numbering order. Okay. So there is one more item, there is one more scenario. You look at my screen here. There is one more scenario will be applied to this one, operating expenses. So I do not know you whether have this experience or not. Sometimes you will have 2 titles. Okay, 2 titles. For example, you will have some extra title like at here. Okay, here got other operating expenses. And then at the bottom here also got another other operating expenses. But this one is no longer 3 items, but it's only 2 items like this. Okay, and the one missing one is here. Have you encountered this before? If you have, give me a high five. Do you have encountered this scenario before? Okay, so if you encounter this scenario before, try not to highlight, right click, cut and paste. No, this one is due to presentation order, whereby the presentation order is not applied for the details, but it's applied for the header. This one, and this one, and also this one. So how the system know they should arrange administration come first, then followed by other operating, then followed by finance cost. Why not should be A, F, O? Okay, it follow alphabetical order. It is not follow alphabetical order. It is follow the nature of the expenses. Because usually we want to know what kind of expenses is because of the administrative expenses, where you need it to run, to operate the business. This is the one. And we also need to know what are the other operating expenses. This is the one. Okay, so if you want to change the sequence for this title, for this big title, you have to call out this one here. This is the one. Show average income statement item. So when I click at this one, so you see this one, why it will show revenue? Because under your SOC, first item in SOC is what? Revenue. That's why here the first item is trading income. So if you want to adjust the sequence of the big title for the expenses, you have to select expenses. This is the sequence. So when you come to here, usually you will have another line, and you will have another line called other operating expenses, number 1. Okay, you will have another line. So if you saw that duplicate, one line called other operating expenses, 8. Another line is called other operating expenses, 1. So in this case, what you need to do is change the number 1 to number 8. So system will know that, oh, this one same as this one, then they will combine it. When they combine it already, this one will solve. Okay? This one will solve. So basically, this is, sometimes you will have this, especially when you do first add new account. Okay? So again, it's due to presentation order. It's not due to account grouping. So if you want, you can drag down some notes here. This is the one, show average income statement. It's used to set the arrangements of the classification of the expenses. Okay, this is the one. So this one, if I done this, okay, then I will click close. So basically, this is how we actually adjust the account grouping. Are you okay up to here? If yes, give me a high five for this part here. So if you cannot imagine the issue, never mind, you just bear in mind, oh, okay, I have something this. So if you remember, then you will know that is the solutions. Okay, so don't manually change one by one. So now, once you have done this, what I will do here is here. So I will go back to the audit working papers report editor. I will come back to this one, annual report. Why? I need to go back to this one, financial statement editor, in order for me to regenerate the spreadsheet. Okay, in order for me to regenerate the spreadsheet, so I will auto select, open spreadsheet, 100,000, no. And then I will click confirm to open transitional spreadsheet, okay. Okay, so you can see, where is my financial statement? This is the one. Okay, so you can see from here, the balance sheet item, you see, I got one example. Okay, take note, you see this. If let's say your file, transitional spreadsheet, when you generate out, it doesn't show yellow color, you must close this and regenerate again. Why? Without the yellow color background, system will unable to transfer it. You see, no yellow background one. This one is okay, because this one is still, system will be able to transfer it. But this two can't. Therefore, what I will need to do, reopen them, so I have to close, don't save. Then I will just open spreadsheet, no, okay. Are you okay? So please take note, sometimes if you cannot update your transitional spreadsheet into your annual report, it could be due to this reason, one of the reasons. Okay, so you need to make sure that it's a yellow background like this. And you can see this one, we're already done. Okay, not only that, if I go to the breakdown, you will see that if I scroll down here, you see impairment loss is here. So I no need to manually do in this case. Are you okay? So now here I fine-tune all the financial statement. Okay, so I'm ready to update all this. Oh, not check. One more. I forgot this one. Remember this one, notes number? Okay, notes number, try not to key in here. Okay, if you key in here, then you have to do it manually. Every time. Okay, because this one will not save. So what I will do, I will go back to the system. Remember just now I skipped one step called renumber NTA. This is the one, renumber NTA. So when I click at this one, this is the place for you to identify which account you need to have the number. Of course, you can use here to do use this one as a checking tool to ensure that you have done all the notes to the account. Okay, that means this part you can leave until the end after you finish your drafting your annual report for the notes to the account. Then you come here, you check with your annual report. Have I done PPE? Yes, done. Have you done inventory? Yes, done. Okay, have you done the trade receivable? Yes, done. So you can see it's actually based on this one here. For today's training, I will base on this one. So basically, cash and bank balances, no need to take for my case study here. So if you have extra notes for cash and bank, you can go ahead to take. And here you can see retained earning, no need to have, and also current tax liability also no need to have. So what I will do here is I will take all except for cash and bank, no need to take. Okay, and also this retained earning no need, and then continue deferred tax and so on. Okay, current tax liability also no need, that's why I will leave it blank. So these are the items that we will need to put in the notes number. So what is the notes number for the first one, PPE? Let's say number 5, then I enter. Okay, so now here you can see this is the one that we have done. So you can see this is the one I've done. Why? Because of all this one here, auto update. And one thing you can see here, finance lease creditor, can you see number 1, 11, 11? Because we have the same name. How I know? Asterisk mark. Asterisk mark indicate that the account name is the same and the number of these two notes are the same. Okay? So have you done this? If yes, give me a high five. Okay, so good. So this one is a balance sheet item. If you want to do, you can go for average income statement. This is for the statement of comprehensive income. Okay, then what we'll do here is I will key in the number. Let's say it's 14. Okay, then I will enter. Then it will show it like this. So if you uncheck this one, then you have to do it one by one. Okay, so once I have done this, I will click close. Then what I will do, I will select all. So this one better close first. Then I will open spreadsheet. 1,000, no need. Confirm, okay. So you can see this is the financial statement that we have the number, notes number here. This is the one. And also your income statement. So now this document is ready for you to transfer into the annual report. Okay, before we transfer this to the annual report, first of all, your fixed asset schedule. Okay, fixed asset schedule. So all of you, you look for your plant and machinery. Look for a plant and machinery because why? At this notes called page number 8, you will see plant and machinery, this one here. There are some changes here. Okay, plant and machinery under addition for cost. So I'll move on. Plant and machinery under addition cost. This one here. You see, error to check. So I have to minus 8,000. So this is how we amend. How about the rest? How about the next one? Accumulated depreciation, again, plant and machinery. This is the one that you need to key in. Charges for the year. So charges for the year is how much? This is the one. Okay, then what is the disposal amount? Negative 3600. Okay, so this is the part that you need to manually key. This is the only part. The rest cannot. The rest cannot, except for this one. Okay, so unless you don't have disposal, then that one no need. Without any amendment, that one is your answer already. But because of this one, I have disposal, so I have to key in like this. Are you okay? Have you done this? If yes, give me a high five. Okay, good. So now what we are going to do here is, so we are going to move on to this part. Because we have finalized this, fine-tune all this, okay, this is ready. This one also ready. So we need to create the words file. And then we'll use the software to transfer the data into this words file. So that means in total we have 2 Excel files. One is a subschedule, another one is a transitional spreadsheet. Okay, so now here, what I'm going to do here is I'll move back to the step-by-step first. Okay, now this is the one. So we have done this. This one here, cash flow statement, I will leave it for tomorrow. So today we'll focus on annual report. So this one, I'll move on to page, I guess it's 40 for soft copy. Yeah, for soft copy it's 40, for hard copy it's 39. Okay, 39, then you will see the title is called annual report. Okay, annual report. So at this point, okay, annual report, you need to remember 2 buttons. Okay, you need to understand these 2 buttons. Okay, first button is this one, create new. Okay, second button is this one, browse. So when are we going to use create new? When are we going to use browse? Depending on what template you are going to use. So for your information, if let's say your company, when they bought the software, if let's say they bought the software is before the MPERS. If let's say they bought the software before the MPERS, you might have PERS annual report. But if let's say you bought the software is after the MPERS, then you might have only MPERS, and some of you may have MFRS. So every financial reporting standard, you will have at least four reports. Okay, first one is mainly for company level. Second one is mainly for dormant. Third one is mainly for group. Are you okay? Then last one is what? Last one is the compilation report. That means without the audit, you would like to do the so-called compilation annual report service for your client. So that's why we have the 4 types. So if let's say you only have MPERS, then you only have 4. But if you have MFRS and MPERS, then you should have 8. Okay? So now here, yeah, create new. Create new is what? So now let's move on to the software. We do it one time. So we will do this one. Create new. Confirm to create new annual report. Okay. Can you follow? Confirm to create new annual report. Okay. Then you will see this. This is the one. Here. So you see, when you click at create new, okay, for your one, when you click on create new, you will have a save as dialog box, right? You close it, don't want that one. Okay, you close it, I don't want that one, because I just want to show you, when I use create new, what is a template is generating. Okay, what template is generating? So this is the one. Company level, MPERS. So like, if let's say your license is bought before the MPERS. Okay, meaning to say you bought is during the PERS time, your create new might be the PERS report. Okay, might be the PERS report. So it doesn't matter, the function is still the same. The only difference is the content of this annual report. Okay, so this one is mainly for company level and PERS. So what if I want to use the template for dormant one? Can I use create new? Cannot. Because why? Create new only generate one type of template, which is this, just now that one. Other than the company MPERS, other than this report, you have to go to browse. Where you need to go to, browse to? You will need to browse to this one. Okay, C drive, program file, Audit Express, DOC, FS. This is where we store your template for annual report. Okay, so this is where. So if let's say you want, I can just quickly show you. This is the one. C drive. Okay, program file, Audit Express, DOC, and then lastly FX. So when you click at this FS, you will see words file is here. So depending your option, if let's say you have MFRS and Empress, you will have 8. If let's say you only have Empress, you only have 4. Doesn't matter, it's the same. The only difference is, you see, MFRS, I got this compilation, company, dormant, and also group. These are the one. So you can see from here, what I'm going to do here is, let's say I want to do dormant. Okay, if you want to do dormant, right, you can always select from here. Let's say dormant Empress. Okay, dormant Empress. Then I will come here, select this. Dormant Empress, you will see this is the one. Okay, so once I have selected this, I will click at this one, open documents. Confirm to open selected documents with the functions. Yes. Okay. Then you wait for a while. System will pop up another words file for you. But this time you will see is AXP model dormant Empress. Okay, AXP model dormant Empress. This is how we do. So now here, what I'm going to do here is, we will like to use this one. Okay, we will like to use this annual report, new annual report. That means we like to use this company level Empress. So what we are going to do with dormant, close it, I don't want. Okay, this is how we open other than the company level. So during your real case, if let's say you say I want to do dormant but I could not find it, so I usually use the company one. No, you should have it. Okay, so you should use the browse and browse to the file path in your notes. So this one, dormant one, I will click close. No need to save. Okay, I need this. I need to use this company Empress. Okay, so since I want to use this, then what we'll do, I will go to File, Save As. I will save this copy out first instead of straight away do that, and then I may overwrite the template. Okay, so usually I will do Save As first. So I will save as to where? I will save as to this one. I will browse. Okay, you will go to this one, desktop. So in a real case, usually you will browse to your individual client folder, maybe like in your server. Okay, maybe like in your server. So this one today I will save in this AMC 2021 S2. I will save in S2. S2. I will save in AE database. Okay, save in AE database. S2 AE database. So this one I will change name on AEMC. This is the one. I will change to this name, AMC 2016. Okay, AMC 2016. So now here, enter. This is how we change. Then you can see system already saved the copy out. So you are going to use this template to draft this annual report. Okay, I believe most of you already using subsequent year audit. But when you come to first time, yeah, there are something that you need to fine tune. Okay, there are something that you need to fine tune. How? Okay, first of all, I will use the 4-step. Okay, I will use the 4-step to do what? To finalize this annual report. Okay, how are you going to finalize this annual report? Okay, you refer back to your step-by-step. This is the one. So you see step 1, update profile. Okay, step 1 is update profile. Okay, before we update the profile, again, we have to open up the command center. So all of you, can you move into, can you look for this add-in? And can you look for this so-called command center, the colorful infinity sign, and then this one I click on it. This is the one. Are you okay? So is it all of you able to open up this command center? If yes, give me a high five. Okay. Okay, you must have this. Without this, you can't really draft the annual report. Okay, you have to do it manually already. So now here you can see command center. I have 4 tabs: accounts, format, page number, and also profile. So I will always start from the profile first, and then when you click at this profile, you will see this. Some of this become very, they are a lot of gray color highlighter. So what is this gray color highlighter? You can see there is a lot of gray color highlighter throughout this annual report. Why? Okay, this gray color highlighter is basically the linkage that we have done in this command center. For example, let's say I want to know this box the box under this information. The information under this box is actually related to where in your annual report. Here, you click at this company name. That means you click at this company wording. You will see system will navigate like this. Okay, so you see this is the one. So even let's say this title you want to be uppercase, system also done the setting for you. So if I go to the next one, you want to be title case, we also done the setting for you. Okay, unless you go and change it. If you go and change it, then no choice. Okay, if you want to change back, then you have to change back. Okay, so now here, since it's linked to here, then what I can do, I can always come to this box here, I can amend it. Let's say my client is AEMC. This is the client name. Okay, for this client name, there is no Sendiam Berhad. Then never mind, okay, but for your real case, if your client got Sendiam Berhad, please put in Sendiam Berhad. Always follow the documents in the statutory record. That means follow the documents that you actually done your stat audit. That means the SSM documents. Okay? So now here, when I have done this, so I will continue with the next one, company number. So is it your company number different from my one? Okay, you see my one straight away is the new one. But I believe your one is with what? It's the old one. Something like this. Okay, your one I think is something like this. I show you, I think your one is something like this. Okay, can you see? And in between here, you got one dash. Yes or no? Okay, if you have this, give me a high five. If you have this, just give me a high five. Because your file is, your template is ready before. When the company number has not changed to what? Has not changed to the 2000, have not changed to 12-digit company number. Okay, so in this case, how if let's say you want to show new one, okay, very simple. Let's say in front here is the old one. Okay, you can always put a bracket. Okay, you can always put a bracket. So this is the old number, right? Here also need to put a bracket. Okay, then in front here, in front of your old office, in front of the old company number, in front here, you key in the what? The new number. Okay, you key in the new number. So let's say this is 12-digit, right? Okay, this is the one. So you just key in like this. So that means you will have new and then bracket O. Again, you have to put one more bracket behind. Are you okay? So now if you want to see the result, you can go to this one here. A handy command that is an update field. Okay, you can go to this one, handy command that is an update field. You double click. Okay, all field will update successfully. You click OK. Yes, you will see something like this. This is the one. Are you okay? Up to here, can you understand this? Give me a high five if yes. Okay, good. So this is how we actually update the company number. So we can continue with this one, cover page. What is cover page? Because this one we have not changed yet. Okay, we have not changed. So this one we need to change. So here got an option. Whether you want to put financial year end or financial period. So at this part here, this one here, I will need to do delete here. I need to do delete here. Okay, again, you have to put in the latest year end. What is your latest year end? My current year end is 2016. So my annual report will be here, 2016. Long date, again 2016. Short date, again 2016. Last year, 17. Can or cannot? Okay, so this is how we change the year end, and then we can continue with the signing page. Okay, what director you want to put in? So you can based on your what? Based on your based on your statutory record and do the data entry here. Sanitary. So the next one, let's say put another one. Okay, so you see, for trainings, for today's training, you can put any wording that you like. But for a real case, again, you have to check with your statutory record. So now let's say the declarer. Okay, declarer. Let's say I want the first one to become the declarer. So I will just replace this one. Okay, and then if this director is a professional accountant, then what you need to do? You just put in your professional, MIA members number, MIA membership number. So if you don't have, some of you may want to put in IC. Okay, so if you want to put in IC, then you put in IC here. Okay. This is what. So I'll put in my IC here, the director IC here. This is how we do. So once we have done this, we will move to more. Okay, once we have done this, we will move to more. Why? More is the second page of the profile, and this is where we actually do what? Update for the director. Let's say this one, director 2, director 1. So from here, you can actually insert back just now the one that you actually key in. Okay, let's say I got director 3. Okay, let's say I don't have the director 4, so I take out the director 4. You have to take out because the linkage we already insert up to 5 director, up to 5. So if you have less than that, you have to take out the field. Take out the field means I will just take out the information at the field. So the field still there, it will not affect. But what if you really go and delete the field here? Okay, what if you delete the field here? Okay, you can always insert back. You can always insert back. Later I will show you how do we insert back this. Okay, same go to this one. If you deleted the field, you can always insert back. So now if I done this director, then I will go for this other info. That means other than this this 2-page info, I would like to put in the short date opening, the beginning one. Then this one, other information 2, is the date that usually you need to stamp. This one I will leave it blank, no need, because usually you will stamp. Usually you will stamp. Unless you want to put a wording called DIET, dot dot. If you want to put a wording date and then you chalk beside the date wording, then you can put it like this. Unless your report templates already have. If your report templates already have, then you don't need to put this. Leave it blank. Okay. So of course you can see here I still got one more. Okay, there is more here. So what I will do, I'll click on this more. This is the another place for you to insert more than 10 directors. Okay. So since I don't have, I only have 3. So this one I will just leave it. By the way, we already used the 11 and 12 because of what? Because of the wording called directors. Why? Nowadays we can have 1 director. We can have more than 1 director to set up a company. So now this one, if we have done all this, okay, so we need to update into this annual report. What I will do here is again update field, double click. You can double click update field, wait for a while. You will see all field were updated successfully. Then I will click OK. So of course it's up to you. If you want to change one, update one, change one, update one, also can. Or else you can change all, then only update, also can. It's up to you. Okay. So you can see from here, this is the one that we have done. Director is here. Okay, director is here. So I go back, let's say the C0ur. This one, you see, the C0ur, right? Some of you may want to put in the, you see this. Okay, some of the audit firm practicing this. So if you want to show the IC number of the director throughout these 3 places, then it's okay. But what if you only want to show 1? If you only want to show once, usually I will not key into here, because command center is mainly for you to put in those info where it is repetitive one. That means it will appear here and there throughout this annual report. So if let's say you tell me I only want to appear once, then no need to put here like this one. So I changed already, then I will just double click. So all fields were updated successfully. Then this one I click OK. Then you will see this is the one. So you can see it changed accordingly. Let's say you want to insert here. Means the IC, then you just insert here. So same go to what? Same go to the let's say you go more here. Let's say director. So director here, let's say you need to put what? Appointed on. So you will need to key in like this one, or you have to, maybe let's say you want to put resign. Okay, resign like this. On. This is how we do. So you don't put here, if you put here resign, appointed, then throughout the annual report, you will have this wording. Okay, so if let's say only appearing 1, you type in that place that you want it appear. If more than that, then you might consider this. Okay, you might consider this. So this is how we actually put in the info where there is a duplicate, not duplicate, repetitive, or only appear once. Okay, so not only that, for first time that you are using these templates to draft annual report, you will see these are all underlining. Underlining is for you to do what? For you to do data entry. You can type, you can do copy paste. And one thing you will need to take note is some of the table you are not required to key in, because why? The data is actually can be updated from the Excel file. So usually if you see something like this, no other things, okay, then you just leave it. And if you notice that there is a blue color like this, you have to make a decision. Should I choose this or should I choose this? So let's say today this one got a dividend one. So this one I have to delete it out. Okay, this one I have to delete it out. So here you have to key in. Then because got dividend one, so this one no dividend one, I need to highlight and then I will take out. So same go to other, because this is your first time using the software. Okay, so you can see share and debentures. So this one, let's say you don't have, so you just delete it, stop right here. Okay, so let's say this one employee share option scheme. So whether you have it or not. If don't have it, then you can actually what? Delete everything. Because there is no all. If there is all, for example, like I remember there is a lot of all one. Okay, this one here, can you see? This one here, director report all. So you have to, like, let's say director remunerations. Either you show this paragraph, or else this is the one that you are going to show. And you take notes on this part. Can you see this one got the gray color one? If you got gray color, yeah, you can key in here. Like just now that one, there is no gray color, so we will import from the Excel. Same go to this one, director interest table. So from here, you can always key in. This one is the field. This is the formula where the system will do casting for you. Are you okay? So if let's say this year you only have 3 directors and you go and delete it. Let's say this one you don't want, you delete it. Okay? So if you deleted the setting for director 4 and director 5, it will be gone. When this year you deleted, but next year you have 1 more director. So definitely you will use back this file and you will always come here to add. Okay, when you add, this is the new row. That's why you can see I don't have the gray color 0 here. That means the field has been deleted by you. Then how are we going to insert back the field? 2 ways. First one, like for this one, you do not know where you can insert from. Okay, in the command center. So if you do not know, but you know that this one is same as the bottom one. So what I will do here is I will highlight the 0 like this, Control C, come to here, I will click on Control V. This is how we do copy and paste. This is the first option. Same go to what? Same go to this one. Okay, you see director 4. I can't copy paste already. So if you cannot copy paste, then how? Okay, if you cannot copy paste, then you have to come here to plug in. For example, let's say I key in the director name. Let's say I put director name number 4. Okay, of course, for those that you did not delete, let's say this one you didn't delete it, this one you didn't delete it. If you update field and I already key in the director 4, okay, it will appear like this. It will appear like this. But somehow it doesn't appear at this. Why? Remember, this is the new row where we deleted and then we insert back. So how are we going to insert back the field? Again, the first one is what? Highlight this one, Control C, come to here, Control V. This is the first one. Second one is something like this. You can always insert from the command center. Okay, let's say director 4. Okay, I want to insert here. So you put your cursor here. And then you will see at this command center, you will have this enable insert by double click. So this one, I will check the box here. Then you will see this one. You want uppercase or title case? This one is up to you to decide. Even though this one is title case, let's say we try uppercase. Then I will just come to here beside the director 4 names. Then I will just double click. You will see it come out here. So if you continue double click, second field is coming out. Of course, if you want to delete, can put your cursor there, your backspace, then you will see deleted. So if you want to change, you just come here and then you just change only. Like this. Okay. Then what I will do, I will just double click update field. Then I will click OK. Then you will see it changed. No matter you copy paste from the existing one, or no matter you are insert from the command center. Okay. So of course, let's say you want to insert some. Let's say you want to insert some numbering here. Okay. For 1000, you have to put a comma like this on your own because this is the words file. So let's say you bought 2000. Okay. This one 2000. And then you sell it out 800 like this. So let's say this one just now you copy paste, right? If you want to test, so you put 500, 300, okay, bracket because minus ma. Let's say 250. So if you run again, update field. If you run again, update field. Okay, then you will see it will auto update this one for you. So far, are you okay up to here? If you are okay, can you give me a high five? So this is how we recover back our field if let's say you deleted the gray color one. So now you can see, once I have done this, so this is how we do the update profile. Included the all this. Okay? So this is step 1, update profile. Okay? Move on to step number 2. This one is the most simple one. How? We will always go to, first of all, your transitional spreadsheet must on. That means your transitional spreadsheet must open. Okay, transitional spreadsheet must open a point when you want to update, at the point that you want to update. So you can see my Excel file is opening and my PPE already done update. Okay, so we will move on to the words file. Move on to the words file, and then we will go to this one here. This one, accounts tab. So from profile, we will move on to accounts tab, and you can see this one, balance sheet item with asterisk mark, income statement item with the asterisk mark. Why there is an asterisk mark? Because system has recognized in this annual report that is a balance sheet statement, that is an income statement, and then there is a cash flow statement as well. That's why you can see when I double click balance sheet, they'll give me this one. If I double click cash flow, they will give me this one. Okay, so they know already this is for cash flow, this is for balance sheet item. So when I update, right, I will just auto select. Okay, because we don't have cash flow statement, then I will just click one time to deselect it. Then the rest I will be selected and I will just do update. Confirm to update selected item, okay. So once you have clicked OK, then you will see system is actually do the updating for you based on the Excel. Okay, based on the Excel whereby that you already open up. So you can see it's already done. So this is the one. So you can see this is the one that we already done. So not only this one, if I go to PPE, it's also done for you. But unfortunately did you see it's hang halfway like this? Why? Because your the classification of the PPE is too many. It's more than 4. Okay, if let's say your classification is more than 4, then you have to change the the page to landscape. Okay, you have to change the page to landscape. So later, if we have time, I will show you this. Okay, later if I have time, I can show you this. How am I going to change this page 31 and page 32? Only these 2 pages can be landscape, and the rest still remain portrait. How are we going to do that? Later I will show you. So now here, what we are going to do here is this. We move on to the next step. So step 2 finish. Yeah, that's all for me. Finish for step 2. Okay, so how about step 3? Is for you to update notes to account. Okay, in the transitional spreadsheet, we have update notes to account for what? For PPE only, for fixed asset. But we have not update for this breakdown, the financial result and also the disclosure item. Okay, so when we are here, we will need to go to the words file, and can you go to the command center? You go to the command center, you see under the accounts we have one more button. Okay, there's a one more button. Then I will click on it. You will see the three box. This is the first box. Okay, so what's the function for this first box? Okay, this first box is mainly for you to choose which Excel file you want to transfer the data. Do I want to use the Excel file B, C, D, or E, depending where is your source. Okay, so let's say I want to transfer the data from the transitional spreadsheet. So that's why here there is a ... I will select transitional spreadsheet. But so far, I only open transitional spreadsheet. I don't have other Excel file. But if let's say in your window, you have more than one, here should have more than one. Okay, here should have more than one. So this is for you to choose. But how about this? These are all the items that the system recognizes in this Excel file. The system also recognizes the item in the words file. So this one is in the words file. So if you want, you can see when I double click bank borrowing, then it will come to here. So when I double click this one, you see I don't have bank borrowing. That's why can't. Of course, if let's say you go for cash and bank, this is the one. Okay. So this one is Excel file. This one is the words file. So now you can see I have a plus mark here. I have a plus mark here. What does this mean, plus mark? Okay, plus mark means that the Excel have the item, the words file also have the item, so they match up. When they match up, what we can do? We can transfer the figure. So how are we going to transfer the figure? Okay, first of all, I will choose transitional spreadsheet. Why? Because transitional spreadsheet, I will still have two notes I have not updated. The first one is the disclosure item. The last one is the financial result. These are the two notes that we have not updated yet. Okay. So in this case, how are we going to do? I already selected transitional spreadsheet. Then I will do this auto select. So you see, they will only select the plus mark only. Then I will click update. Okay, I will just click on update. Confirm to update selected item. Okay. So you can see, system will actually update from the Excel file that you are opening now. So you can see from here, this is the one. Okay. Not only if I go to financial result. Okay, if I go to the financial result, you can see this is the one that we update. Are you okay? So if you have done this, give me a high five. Okay, so basically this is how we do the update financial statement, which is the transitional spreadsheet. So here, I would like you to write down some notes. Okay, jot down some notes here for these two notes. For these two notes, it's actually update from where? This is update from a transitional spreadsheet. Okay, this is the one that we update from transitional spreadsheet. These two, this one and this one. So when we have done these two, we will move on to the sub-schedule for the remaining notes, like this one here. For example, like this one here, let's say cash and bank. Sorry, this is one, cash and bank. So you can see there are certain notes here where we don't want. For example, like you see, the PPE we already done. Okay, this is the one, PPE we already done. This is the one. If you want, you can adjust because it's hanging halfway here. Okay, you can always adjust like this. So you can see this one also adjusts accordingly. So this is the one. So this one is for you to choose whether you have that or not. If you don't have, just highlight and delete. So now here, let's say investment property you don't want. So you highlight everything. Land health for development, you don't want, highlight. Intangible asset, this case study don't have, highlight. And financial asset, if let's say don't have, you can just highlight. So we are actually delete the entire, even like deferred tax asset, this one I also don't want, highlight, so I will stop at inventory. So when I press and delete from my keyboard, you will see it will move up. Everything is deleted. Okay, so the very first thing is when we come to this remaining notes to account, I will come here to filter out. That means to fine tune. Whatever that I don't want, I will delete first. Okay, whatever I don't want, I delete first. For example, like this one, property development costs. This one I will delete. But the trade receivable, I will still remain like this. Okay, so you can see this is how we do. We need to delete unwanted notes or not applicable for you one. So the Excel file we will not delete. Okay, we will keep the notes at there. In future, if you want to use it, you can add from there. Okay, so now here, if let's say you want to update, okay, if you want to update, you must open the Excel file. So you can see my side here, okay, you can see, you need to open. So my side here, I already closed. Okay, I already closed. I only left this transitional spreadsheet. So if you already closed that, that means the sub-schedule you need to open. Okay, for those who already closed your sub-schedule, you look at my screen, okay, you follow the step on my screen. You follow the step on my screen when, so I will click close. And then I will go to auditor trial balance. Okay, so come back to this one, auditor trial balance. Then I will move on to the command listing, F4 number 3, enter. Okay, F4 number 3, enter. You will see a lead schedule. Then I will quickly go to this one, open sublead sheet in Excel. Okay, open sublead sheet in Excel. Then what we do? This is the one, AMC 2016. So I will double click this. Once I double click this, you will see this Excel popping out already. I need to call out the command center. Okay, so I need to call the command center. Then I'll go to navigating aid. Okay, so this is how we actually open up this sub-schedule. If you close already. Have you done? Is your sub-schedule is open? If yes, give me a high five. Okay, good. So now here, what I want you to do is, you can see from here, where you see the contingent liability is still there, deferred tax asset still here, because I did not delete in the Excel. I only delete in the words file. So if I refer back to my words file, so everyone, you move back to your words file, you will see this first boxes. Remember, this is for you to choose what you want to where you want to transfer to here. So let's say I want to transfer, okay, I go ... you can't see the sub-schedule because this command center is you open first before you create, before you open your sub-schedule. So in this case, what you need to do is you need to refresh. Okay, when you refresh, the system will actually scan through the window to detect see got others Excel or not. These are the others. So you can see under ... you go to the ... you select this one, AMC 2016. Okay, when I select from this one here, you will see this one. You see, ABC note is here. And you can see bank borrowing is here. This one is what? The Excel file. So you see, bank borrowing is here because here also will have bank borrowing. So Excel file have, words file have, then they will put a plus mark. If let's say you see capital commitment, this one I deleted. Okay, no, it's not deleted in the Excel file. It's deleted in the, it's deleted in the Excel file, not in the words file. That's why you can see I can't have the plus mark because I couldn't find it from here. Why? Because this one I did not add in the transferable item. I did not let the system to recognize it. Can you follow? Okay, so in this case, if let's say you don't want, you just double click, it's here. So let's say you say capital commitment, I don't want, highlight. Whatever that you don't want, just highlight. Operating listing, contingent liability, I will stop at authorization, enter, delete. So whenever I have deleted, you will see the capital commitment still here, right? When I refresh it, okay, you will see, you see this one? No more plus mark already. No more plus mark already. Okay? Miss Tan, your Excel file don't have transferable item. This one is some technical issue. Okay? How to say, this one, right? When you have this problem, is it previously you encountered this problem or not, Miss Tan? Did you encounter this problem before? Okay, before this, that means in the past, in your actual case study, do you encounter this before? No. Okay, then it could be due to my file problem. Okay, always remember, for my observations, when I generate my transitional spreadsheet, your Excel file, okay, your Excel file try to close all. This is what I observe. Okay, because why? For this AMC Excel file, when you don't have the transferable any item here, this one you have to do it, you have to re-identify, because this one is an Excel file, but it's I'm not so sure whether it's the software or Excel file, but from my support, okay, from my support, this is the Excel file issue. Okay, so if you open together with the subschedule, and then you generate the so-called transitional spreadsheet, it will cause this happen. Okay, my computer also the same. Even I ask my support, they also say this one at this moment has no issue yet. So most likely it's the Excel file problem. So please take note, okay, for this part, what I observe is when you want to generate your transitional spreadsheet, please close every Excel, especially sublet, you must close. Okay, so like just now, that's why I want to close my sublet. Okay, and for your information, it's not all the Excel will have this problem, depending on the computer as well. Last time my old computer, I don't have this issue, but when it comes to my new computer, yes. Miss Tan, you are lucky. Okay, you are lucky. So everyone, just bear in mind for these situations. Okay, not all the while. Okay, not all the whiles where this disclosure item gone, it will coming back. I know why, Miss Tan. When this problem happen, you didn't click save. So if you click save, by right this one will gone one. Then you have to do it one by one. Okay, at this moment we have no solution for this part, even though I have informed the support ready. Okay, hopefully when we do the new version, they take care of this. We already feedback to support already, because me myself, I also have this. Okay, because you didn't save, I understand. I also encountered this problem as well. Can, no problem. Where am I? Okay, Mr. Can you go to this one, commands and words file? You go to the words file, and then you go to the command center. Okay, words file, command center, and then you do this, the dot dot dot. Okay, you go to this dot dot dot. Sorry, you go to dot dot dot. You can't see the AMC 2016, right? You refresh. You need to refresh. Okay, you need to refresh. Then you will see all this. Got it, huh? Okay, so everyone, for those who are here, okay, just be take notes on this one. Take notes on this one. When you generate your transitional spreadsheet, try to close subschedule. Okay, try to close subschedule. In fact, the perfect one is close all your Excel file. Okay, in fact, it's close all your Excel file. This is what I observe for now, and this is what I can suggest you all do. Okay, at this moment for my side here. Okay, because when I ask the support, they also say nothing we can do this. Okay, so just be careful on this part. Okay, now the next one is, yes, this is how we do. You can see plus mark because of the words file I have. Okay, so Miss Tan, from your side here, what you need to do, just now I go through is, first of all, I will need to filter whatever that I don't want in the words file. One thing. Okay, I will need to filter. Filter means delete whatever I don't want. First thing. Second, okay, second, I will need to scan what are the notes that we don't have. That means what are the new notes here. So usually how we know when you add a new note in the Excel file, especially the new note is because of your firm practice. If that notes that you add is because of your firm practice, in front of the notes, you try to put your firm name. Okay, let's say you are from BW. So you just put a BW law. At least you know, oh, this is my firm practice, or this is my firm practice. So all this you have to add. Because why? AXP don't have. Even AXP have, it's not the format that you're practicing. Okay? So this is usually we will look at your firm short name. Then we need to insert into here. So after delete already, we will insert new notes. So how are we going to insert new notes? Okay, to insert new notes, there are two situations. First situation is AXP notes is not the notes that I want. This is one thing. Second is AXP totally don't have such notes because this is a special requirement, special scenario. Okay, so these are the two. One more. When last year you delete it, this year you need it. Then these are the three scenarios where you need to insert. Okay, so how are we going to insert? This is the step here, page 41. Yeah, this is the one. Insert new disclosure notes. Okay, insert new disclosure note. So first of all, if you want to insert the new disclosure note in the words file, you must have created the new notes in the subschedule. Okay, you must have the new the new notes in the subschedule. Then you only can insert the table or the linkage or the object into the words file. Okay, therefore in the words file, you need to click at this dot. Remember just now I show you to select the sublead. Why? Because I want to transfer the notes from the sublead to the words file. Okay, next you need to define or place your cursor where you want this new notes locate. So let's say, for example, today we want to insert ABC notes. Okay, where we want to insert. For example, today I want to insert in between cash and bank balances. So I will double click here. So here what I will do, I will put some spacing in between. Because this is the new notes, new notes totally don't have anything. Therefore, I have to key in the title first. Are you okay? So now you can follow my step. You go to any place that you want to insert this ABC notes, put some spacing, type in the title. Then last step is locate your mouse at the bottom of the title because we want to insert the table here. Okay, this is the first thing. Second thing is what? Second thing, if you refer to your step by step, yeah, you have to go to the command center and look for the nodes that you want. Let's say ABC. Okay, so let's say I go for my command center. What node you want to insert? ABC. Okay, we will always select the nodes from here that you want to insert. So I will go to ABC. Okay, please ensure this is showing ABC. If not, click something else first. Then only go to the one that you want, and you will see it will show ABC nodes. Okay, so now here, what I will do, once I selected, I will go to this one, insert. Okay, I will go to this one, insert. Confirm to insert nodes ABC here. Okay. Okay, you can see it's actually inserted here. Then you will see, how come it's blank one? Yes, it is a blank one. Because why? The step that just now we done is actually to link the table to here. So that we have the same object, same table. Then the system will have plus mark. Then the system will update. So far, are you okay up to here? Are you able to have this one? Can you see nodes ABC plus mark? If yes, give me a high five. Okay, so this is how we insert from the Excel file into this Word file. Okay, so now here, once you have done all this, okay, if you have done all the deletion of unwanted node, delete already, and you have insert all the nodes that you want, okay, that you already created. So the last step is what? Auto select update. Okay, but today we are not going to do that. We are not going to do this auto select and update because we have a lot of nodes have not deleted yet, and we did not key in all. Okay, so it should be something like this. Delete whatever that you don't want, insert whatever that you want, then only auto select update. So once we have done this, okay, if let's say subsequently you want to update, I don't want update all. Okay, I want to update certain nodes only. Possible or not? Possible. Okay, so when you want to update certain nodes, how? So see now, when I come to here, I cannot click more than one. Are you okay? I only can click one only at one time. So what you can do is, now you will need to click at auto select. You see, system will select all, right? But I don't want all. I only want certain. So try not to do deselect, 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 deselect that you don't want. No need. You do one more time, auto select. It's equivalent to deselect all. First one is select all. You click one more time, deselect all. Then now from here, you can choose what you want. Let's say ABC nodes, cash and bank. And you see, I can choose more than one already. And then let's say I want to have this one, other payable, other receivable. Okay, let's say I want to have this one. So in total here, I got how many? Okay, let's say inventory, I also choose. So in total here, I got 5 nodes. And you see that in total, I got 5 nodes. So now you can try to update because it's only 5 items only. It's okay. Then I will click update. Confirm to update the selected item means the 5 item. Okay. Okay, so the system will actually preparing to update. Okay, so now you can see once the system done already, you will see they stop blinking already. Okay, where you see cash and bank balances we already done. Okay, but it's blank. Okay, we only done for the year end. Okay, that means whether got data or not, system will still update as long as your words file has the table. As long as your command center here still show plus mark, regardless of data. Whether you got data or not, the system will still transfer. If you don't want to transfer, you must take up the entire table. Okay, so you can see this is the one that we have done. ABC note already got the data. And where? You see other receivable, I also done. Inventory, okay, not yet done. Okay, you can see I also done. How I know? You see the year end changed already. But this year end is 1918. My one. You check your one. Okay, because my template is 1918 one. So this is how we actually update for certain notes. Are you okay up to here? If yes, you can give me a high five. Okay. So now basically, right, I actually show you about the notes in table form. From just now until now, we are talking about the notes to account, notes to financial statement in the table form. What to do with all this narration? Okay, narration here. Okay, this one no choice. You have to key in by yourself. Okay, and if let's say you want to insert, for example, let's say you got new notes here like this. You want to insert the new notes narration, so you will need to insert to here. For information, the Excel file here, these are the what? These are only related to the table, nothing to do with the narration. The only narration is here. This is the one. So if you found out some narration in the table like this one, you want to change, don't change here. Change in the Excel. Change in the Excel. Because all this will be follow the Excel when you auto select and update. Okay, you only can change, okay, the one at the outside of the table. So outside of the table, you have two ways to do, three ways. Okay, first one, you key in on your own. Second, copy paste. Third one, you may consider our narrations. Okay, the note narrations is actually under this one here. So basically, this one we have done. Okay, insert. This one we have done. Okay, so this is the one. This one here. Financial statement editor. This one, notes library. Okay, notes library. So notes library is at where? It's here. Okay, I am in this this one. So for those who are having the same interface, you follow my one. Okay, for those who are not, never mind. Just leave it there. You watch my screen here first. So I will click close for this, and I scroll down. I will click close for this. So now here I will click close. Okay, when you are at this main interface, you will see a button called Notes Library. This is the shortcut key. If not, if let's say you are in Annual Report, Financial Statement Editor, you will see another Notes Library is here. So it depending where you are. If you are in here, so you straight away come to here, Notes Library. So this Notes Library basically is based on auditor needs to prepare it. Okay, because sometimes we might have a lot of notes and we don't have a standard place for us to put in. Okay, we usually will have what? We'll have this scenario whereby these notes, this scenario very familiar. I have some notes for this situation, but I can't remember where I put it. I can't remember which client have this scenario before. Okay, I really want to use back this paragraph or these sentences. So usually what I will do, I will nod my head and try to recall. If not, then I will go and kacau my colleague. Hey, you know, for this scenario, where can I get the narration? Sometimes your colleague will give you because they can remember. Sometimes they don't remember. So if you don't remember, then how? Die also need to remember because report have to finalize already. So with these situations, I will suggest you is try to document down all your notes in one places, which is this one, Notes Library. So you can see for AXP one, AXP version is already got 400 plus. So if you want, you add on your own one because this is based on AXP format. This is AXP style. Okay, AXP style notes to financial statement, the narration. So if let's say you feel like this is not the perfect way to describe, I have my own perfect way. Okay, good. You can always do what? Add into here, so that your others colleague will be able to have this notes to account the narration part. So you can see from here, I can always add based on the accounts or based on certain report. Okay, based on account or based on the report. So you see account here, we also have different scenarios. So you see, for example, bank borrowing. I have bank borrowing secured by mortgage. I have bank borrowing secured by company FD. I also have loan secured by motor vehicle and so on. So these are different scenario. Whereas this is the big title for different scenario. Okay. So now, if you want to insert the notes from here, how? Okay. Let's say I want to insert, for example, I want to insert one note called financial risk management. Okay. If let's say you want to insert a notes called financial risk management, okay, let's say I want to insert credit risk. So I will select. Okay, so once I select already, in fact, here there is a button for you to insert. Before that, you need to know, you need to alert where your mouse stop. Is your mouse stop at here or not? Or you stop at here? So if your mouse stop at here, right, the entire narration will insert at here. Okay, the entire narration will insert at here. So usually what I will do, before I insert, I will define where I want to be. Let's say I want to be here. So I will put my cursor here. Then I will go back to the software. I will click insert to MS Word. Confirm. Okay. So you can see it's actually done it here. Of course, if you don't want, you can always come here, Control C, Control V. Okay, even you can double click, then they will copy to the clipboard. Okay, Control C, and then you come to here where you want to insert, just Control V also can. It's up to you. So after you insert the new narration already, like this. Have you done this? If yes, can you give me a high five? Okay, just insert only. So once you have done this, right? Okay, once you have done this, now the next question is the formatting. The formatting for my new notes title, like this one, 11, I want to be 12, 13, 14, and so on. So here, we have a function called one-step formatting. I tell you, this one's super good. Okay, one-step formatting means what? You press one button, they will give you the format that you want. For example, okay, where you can get the one-step formatting is here. Add in, you will see all this, the colorful one, F key. So you can see I have green section. So this green section is mainly for normal format. Okay, but the blue section here is mainly for the report, director report lah, auditor report lah, statement by director, all the report. Okay, then the gray color is mainly for what? Your financial notes to financial statement. Okay, so basically, if let's say this one, you see, this one is notes to financial statement, right? Okay, I want header. This one, I know it is header, right? So I will put my cursor there. You can locate your cursor there. Then I will go to add in. And then this is the first F9, first red color. So I click on it, one step, done. Okay, one more. Let's say here. Okay, let's say here, I want to have this one here. So I will put my cursor there, add in, F9, done. So some of you, maybe some of your senior or some of you will wonder, hey Irene, how come all the Express Words file don't have ruler one? Sorry, we don't use ruler. When we do the formatting for the notes narration, we don't use ruler because we have this one-step formatting. Okay, especially when you come to this one, out already. Okay, I know you want to use ruler one. Okay, with Audit Express toolbar, for example, this add-in. Okay, the ruler cannot call out one. If you want to call out, you have to open this words file in a normal words. Okay, so now here, since I know this one step formatting, and you see, this one is the content, right? Content, this is header, this is content. So you put your cursor at the content, you will see this is F9. This is for header. But if you go and behind, you will see another F9 with a small little star, yellow star. This is for content. So when I apply it, it's alignment for content. Can you see that? So that's why you can see I got two set. So even I have subtotal. Let's say I got a subtotal. Okay, let's say I got subtotal. Okay, let's say I got a subtotal like this. Are you okay? So you see, if I have a subtotal, not subtotal, sorry, subtitle. So let's say I have a subtitle here. So this is the main title, right? Then what is F10? Subtitle with A. What is that? So click. This is the one. So another subtitle, 11. Click. This is the one. One more time, the last one is 12. This is below A. Can you see that? So you can see, so we have applied the title, but the content still following the main header. So what I will do, I'll put my cursor at the content. So this one is not, this one is 10. So this one also 10, no? The second F10. Okay, this one is F11, no? This one don't have F12. Then how? You will see F12, the alignment same as the F10 one. So when you come to here, I will just put F10. Sorry, this is the one. Even I accidentally do it like this. How? No worry. Remain your cursor there. Go back to the one that you want to have it. Just click on it. Then they will change back. Okay? There is no undo for this part because I do not know where you want to stop because these are all in programming. Are you okay? Up to here, can you understand for this part? If yes, give me a high five. This is very useful. So if you not so sure whether some of your seniors still remember this or not. If they don't remember, they don't use this, now you can share with them already. Okay, because of this you can do it very fast. Unless you tell me, Irene, my boss he want to like a special format. How that one no choice. You can either ask your boss go for customization to set this. If not, you have to do it manually already. Okay. Usually the alignment is the header, the most headache one. Okay, the most headache one. But with this one-step formatting, you can do it like this. Even you can highlight entire. You can highlight entire like this. Apply it as a main. Okay, apply as a main what? Main content also can. It's up to you. Apply. Okay. So this is the narration part. Even still in step 3, this is in the narration part. Are you okay? Up to here? If yes, give me a high five for this part. Okay, so now last part. Last part is the most simple one. Last part is what is actually the page update, page number. Update the page number. Okay, update the page number is okay. Before I show you the update page number. First of all, this is your first time. If let's say this is your first time, it's not subsequent year audit. If this is the first time, you have to make sure that means you have to go through one round. Whether it's subsequent year or first year, you need to ensure there is no hanging half page like this. So you have to delete something like this. Okay, also like this, you make sure there is no hanging half page like this. Are you okay? Like this. So make sure you have to adjust accordingly. Cannot, cannot. Okay. Then we only do what? You see this one, half page hanging up already. Then I will just come here, delete. Okay. This is the one. Okay. Something like this one. So if you have done all this, if you have fine-tuned all the hanging half page like this, so what you need to do? So I will go to, okay, first of all, I will show you before first. Okay, I will go back to the account main. I will go back to the account main, and then what I will do is here. There is a details P&L account. Okay, details P&L account, you double click. This is the one. So you can see this one, 45. Okay, so that means my actual page in the table content, I need to show 45. So you see, you refer to yours one. I do not know your one. My one is 45. So if I go up, you see, this one still with the original page number, 54. So what I will do, the last step is update field. One more time. So I will just double click, update field. All field were updated successfully. Okay. Then you can see they will update accordingly already. Okay. Not only that, not only this one, even like in this one, statement by director. Okay. Even like this one here, statement by director. There's also update to page 45. Okay. They also update to page 45. This is the one that I mentioned, the date like this. Okay, so you need to stamp the date here. If not, you just take out. Okay, so this is how we do to update the page number. Have you encountered before? The page number will never auto update, but you need to do it on your own. If yes, give me a high five. Okay, so take note, page number is a linkage that we have done properly for you. Okay, what is the linkage? It's here, page number. So if let's say you accidentally deleted, let's say this one, for example, this 45. If you deleted and then you go and key in manually, did you see the difference? One is the never highlight one. For those never highlight one, normally is manually key in. So when it comes to manually key in, you will need to do what? Check on your own and update on your own. Are you okay? You don't expect this after you double click update field, the system will help you to update. No, because this is not a link. Okay, this is the link. Why? It's at here. Under the page number, you can see these are the field. Because system know where should they insert this director report number, where should they insert the ending page number. Here, this is for ending page. So if let's say you really go and delete it, how? You see, once you deleted the field, when I come here, I refresh, you will see the ending page asterisk mark gone already. Okay, because to the software, system will not need to insert the page number for this in the report. Okay, so all this page number for the respective documents here, you can insert from here. Okay, this one there's an insert button. So you need to tell the system where you want to insert. Let's say I want to insert here. So you ask yourself, you want to insert page number here. So what is the page number here you would like to insert? Cash flow statement, director report, balance sheet page number. All right, I want to have the ending page of my statutory account. So therefore, I will put my cursor here, and then I will just select ending page of statutory account, and then I do what? Insert. Confirm to insert selected item here. Okay. Can you follow? So you can see system has already auto plug in this one for you. Are you okay? So now here, this one. This is how we do the page number field. So never go to insert by your own manually. Are you okay up to here? If you are okay, can you give me a high five? Okay. For your information, if you really cannot remember all this, it's okay. You can always refer to this step by step, or else you can go to our there is another support channel. There is another support channel called AXP board. In future, we'll change to AMC because our company recently changed the company name already. From AXP, change to AMC. There is a board where you can access. From there, you can have all the video where to solve all this step by step one. For example, let's say you accidentally deleted the page number. How to insert page number in annual report. So they will have a video. You can actually go there and watch if you want. Are you okay? There is another scenario for this one. How the system know ending page is 45? Why not 44? Why not 43? And how the system know balance sheet is in what page? Okay, balance sheet is in what page? So let's say I insert here. Okay, balance sheet is in what page? How the system know balance sheet is page number 12, not other page? Okay, so this one is because we have plugged in the bookmark. We have plugged in different bookmark for different documents. Okay, but if let's say you accidentally take up the bookmark, for example, this one. Okay, you see this one. Okay, this is the one, the gray color. You either delete from here. Okay, you delete from here like this. Okay, or you are actually delete from here. Command center, page number. There is another page called pagination. Pagination is the bookmark. Can you see the asterisk mark gone already? Because I have deleted the bookmark. So here I have to reinsert back because there is a gray color director one. Uppercase, yeah, uppercase. Director's report. Not this. Should be this. So from here I will need to key in. No. Okay. Director's report. Okay, so if you deleted the gray color, you have to come here to insert back. Okay, now here you see, once I have deleted the pagination under the page number here, the pagination here gone already. So when I double click update field, you see now here still have the system still know that director report is 1 to 7. What if you try imagine I take up the bookmark already, I double click update field, system will have no idea where is the page, where is the document, page 1, page 2, or page 3. Okay, so now you can see when I go to statement by director, double click, system knows this one. Double click declaration is here, but when I double click director report, no idea because they don't know already because I have removed the bookmark. So in this case, what you need to do is this one here. You have to insert back the bookmark. How? You can always put your cursor at this page because this is the first page of your director report. You can always put your cursor there, or else you can highlight. It's up to you. So let's say I put my cursor here. When I put my cursor here, then I will come to this command center page number, pagination. You will see director report. So I want to insert bookmark here, but this bookmark is representing which item? Director report. Then I will click insert. Okay. So you will see this is the one. So you will see a little small eye here in gray color. This is the bookmark. Are you okay? So now here, once I have added the bookmark in, you will see asterisk mark and you will see This one, pagination not found. If I double click update field, okay, is that? It will come back one. Are you okay? So anything that you see, if let's say from here, if you see pagination not found and it's under here, then you have to add insert back from here. What if you found out that pagination not found is not under here? For example, like statement of financial position. Why? Because all the financial statement, let's say statement, financial position, comprehensive income, change in equity, cash flow statement, these are the bookmark based on the table. Meaning to say, when I go to the account, this one, balance sheet, they based on this table. That's why when I double click, system will know this is the balance sheet. So if I go and delete it, let's say I go and delete it. So the table gone already. So when the table gone, you are unable to update. This is one thing. Second thing is, when you update field, okay, you will see this one here. Pagination not defined. For which part? Statement, financial position. Okay, if I go to page number, I even go to under pagination, I also cannot find balance sheet. Why? Because this pagination is not under this part here. It's under the account. Okay, then I have to go back to the income statement here. I have to come back here to adjust. Then what I need to do? Okay, I need to come back to here. I need to select insert back. No, I need to insert the table. That means like how you insert ABC. Put your cursor there, select what you want at the command center, balance sheet item, and then you click insert. Confirm to insert balance sheet item here. Okay. So you wait for a while, you will see this table coming back. But of course, when the table coming back, you need to do update. If you don't do update, the system will give you the blank one. Always they will give you the blank one. And when you want to update, make sure your spreadsheet is open. If your spreadsheet not open, you can't update. So what you see, you update already, it will still remaining one page. So page 12. That means here I want to be page 12. So how I'm going to do that? Update field again. Page 12. Are you okay up to this part? Okay, so if you can understand this part, give me a high five. Okay, so just for your understanding only, in future, if you have this, please call the support if you want. Okay, if not, you go for the ASP board. That is a solution there one. If not, if you manually go and change, subsequently is everything manually changed already. Okay, so this is the reason why the words file does not in automated, because some of you go and manually change. Are you okay? So this is how we do the the annual report. So once you have done already, I will click save. Okay, and remember 4 steps. First step is what? Update profile. Okay, second step is update account. Third step is more, update notes to account. So notes to account, some from transitional spreadsheet, some from subschedule. Are you okay? And I also show you how to insert ABC notes here. Okay, not only that, I also show you how to do what? One-step formatting. So remember, you can share with your senior if they forgot already. This is the one. Okay, then last step is what? Step 4, update page number. Okay, I also show you the common error or the common situation you might encounter. Just now that one, the page number you deleted, so you have to insert in where? Page number. If the bookmark you take out already accidentally, then you have to do the pagination here. So far, are you okay? If you can understand up to here, give me a high five. So this one I will save. Okay, this one I will save. Then I will click close. So this file we are going to use to roll over tomorrow. Okay, we are going to use it to roll over for tomorrow. So basically, this is what I want to cover. Okay, this is the constructing annual report for company level. Okay, I give you some idea about group 1. Okay, I give you some idea about group 1. So this one you can just listen first. Okay, so how about group 1? Okay, group 1, again, we are using the same thing, same concept. You must have the database. Okay, this database must be the holding company. And then in the subschedule, okay, you will have this function called insert template, whereby this is the one. Where's my subschedule? Okay, this is the one. So when you have this, okay, remember yesterday, Eric, okay, I need to do something. Okay, remember that Eric yesterday showed you here we have one insert template. Okay, so under insert template here we have this disclosure item for group. Okay, because by default, when you create this subschedule, the disclosure item is company level 1. So for group, you have to call out from here. So when you insert this one, once you insert this one already, this one okay. Once you insert this one, the company level one, it will be deactivated. That means you can't use that anymore. Okay, this one done. That means you can't come to here navigating aid. When you double click, okay, I refresh. When you double click, can you see it will give you group and company one. The company standalone is gone. Okay, you can't navigate. So once you insert group already, this one you can hide it already. You don't need to use this one. You have to manually. Okay, and like what I say, our software at this moment is only cater for group company level only. So for the group one, you can use the yesterday function that you learned, copy sheet. Whatever working, you have to plug into here. So whenever you plug into here, you can always do formula linkage. Otherwise, you manually key in. Are you okay? So this is the notes to account for group and company. This one no need to adjust because we purposely make it and already align in your annual report when you transfer. Okay? So this is the group. Next one, financial statement. That means the transitional spreadsheet. Just now I show you that one is the company level, right? So this one I will click close. Okay, so at this financial statement editor, remember the option here. This is the setting for you to do. Okay, here option 1 here we have accounts type. From here you can choose whether you want to have company or group. So from here, if you choose group, I go back to main. If I select this one then I open spreadsheet. No. Okay. If I open up from this one here, you will see this is the one. So you will have group and company. So this company is based on the individual file. That means this is the holding one. And the item here, it will be based on the holding company to prepare. So if you calculated there are some more than this, then you have to insert like this. You have to insert and then you have to manually do for console, this part. So therefore, if you are console by using the transitional spreadsheet, you can save as. But take note, when you save as, make sure you save as this template. 97 and 2003. Never go for the first one, Excel workbook. If you go for Excel workbook, when you save it, you will have this message. When you have this message, okay, your Excel file cannot transfer to the Word file because inside this Excel file is purely Excel, no other function. In fact, our one we have function one. So never save this. Okay, if you have that message, that means you saved the wrong templates. Because when I save, if I save to my, okay, if I save to my, you see desktop, let's say I save to my desktop. If I save that, because previously I saved before, so I don't have the message except for this one. Because I have already, I want to replace it. So make sure you don't have the so-called VB project, that one, because if you have that one, the one that you save is not right, you can't transfer. Are you okay? I will suggest don't save lah, okay, for company level, but for group level you have no choice. This is how we do. Okay, now lastly, okay, this is the one just now I show you. Last part, words file, because we need to create a words file, then only can transfer all this. So the last one, words file, is this one here. Okay, you will have this. Okay, how come like this one? Okay, hang already. Okay, you see the words file? Browse to master annual report group 1. Means to say you can't use create new. You must browse to the group 1, depending what reporting standard you are using. Okay, so this is the console template that we provide to the user. Okay, so what I would like to suggest is try to familiar with this one first. Okay, try to familiar with this one first, then you can move on to the console one. Okay, so I think I will stop at here from my side here. So far, are you okay up to here? If yes, give me a high five. Rounding error. If my 2019 rounding error is 100, then 2020 is 1. Should I pass? Yes or? Yes. Miss Tana, you have to check your 2019 is the audited one, right? Correct? 2019 is the audited one, so I have to follow the 100. Then 2020, then you have to check your client's opening balance. You have to check your client opening balance. Okay, it could be your client opening balance. Let's say it's 100.90 cent, but let's say your one is 100.40 cent. So there is a 50 cent difference. Okay, yes, you can adjust to printing and stationery. You can straight away amend like how I do. That means this one. Okay, you can straight away like this one, not rounding difference here. Okay, where's my rounding difference? You can do it like this. Are you okay? Because you want to have this same, correct? Is it you have this message and telling you got $1 difference? Or maybe you got a 40 cent difference or 50 cent difference? Okay, I don't have. Then how you know what this one? Did your account grouping done correctly? Or you check the one that the question that you posted to me. Are you checked from the change in statement change in equity at the financial statement editor? Okay, here you don't have problem, but at the financial statement editor you have the problem. Here lah. It could be, is it this one subsequent year, right? Then you need to check from this one here. Is it because of the year last year they when they roll over they got a lot of star no yes one? If they got star and then they no yes, most likely it's because of this. Got star only, yeah lor. This is because of this reason, no? Because the client's one is following your adjustment one, ma. Okay, so because this 2019 is already take into consideration, because that time they still got yes, but when now you roll over there is no more yes already. In fact that time when your colleague prepared 2019, right, the figure is already minus or plus the $1 or $2. But when it comes to your side, when you do roll over, the $1 or $2 they don't remember because of the scenario that I show you. Okay, for me, I will write this one. You may consider to pass adjustment, no? Okay, you may consider to pass reclassification. Before you roll over, you do this. But if let's say you after roll over already, then you do being adjustment of opening balance. Being adjustment of opening balance. Are you okay? So be careful for this one, because if you got star, that means the system will not remember. Then your retained earning will not correct already. Are you okay, Miss Tan? Okay. If you want more specific one, we talk later lah. Okay. You can show me the file if you want. Okay. So basically, I think I will stop here. Okay. So I think that's all for me. Any more questions other than rounding error? How about Tijisha, your side here? Do you have any questions so far? Okay, how about the rest? So if you don't have any questions, okay, good. Okay. Then I will end the class today. Okay, so I think that's all for me. Okay, by the way, did you receive the email for the recording? Sorry. Did you receive the email for the recording? I have sent out